Hello learner, welcome in my lecture of programming in Java. I am Dr. Ashutosh Kumar Bhatt, Associate Professor, School of Computer Science and IT, Uttarakhand Open University, Haldwani. So today I will discuss about introduction to JDBC, JDBC basics, steps to JDBC, API driver, connection management. The main learning objective of today's lecture: Java database connectivity design, overview of J2E, message flows in two-tier client-server network, three-tier architecture, get result set, prepared and callable statements. So these are the major objective. So we will focus on J2E and three-tier architecture of JDBC. So these are the major focus of today's lecture. In this lecture, so first of all, Java database connectivity. In the previous lecture we have learned about how to fetch or access data from the database or from the table. So we have discussed about the complete program on that lecture. Now first of all, this J2E, basically we have J2SE, Java to standard addition. So in J2SE we have only Java, we will have the core Java, but this J2E, it refers to the advanced Java, advanced concept of the Java. J2E is an architecture for implementing enterprise class application using Java and internet technology. So J2SE, where we focus on the core Java programming, while this enterprise edition means this J2EE, where we are introducing internet also with the Java. So when internet technology is used with the Java, then it is called J2EE. Simply we can say is Java to Enterprise Edition. So this is again Java to Enterprise Edition is an architecture for implementing enterprise class application using Java and internet technology. So this is Java 2 platform enterprise edition. It solved the problem of two-tier architecture. So this is two-tier, three-tier, n-tier architecture is very important in the present era, in the era of this computing, and we are having lots of new technologies are there in the programming. So we are talking about today cloud computing. Somehow it indicates this J2E is move forward towards this cloud and distributed computing. So this is the general architecture of Java, this J2EE. So in the first layer, in the top layer, we have Java application, and through JDBC API we connect. We have interface, and we have this JDBC driver manager. In the previous lecture we also discussed about this diagram, and then we have vendor driver API, JDBC driver API. So this is vendor specific JDBC driver or JDBC ODBC bridge, and then vendor specific ODBC driver. Basically it represents the database of Oracle, and the other side we have vendor specific JDBC driver, and it refers to the database related to the Java and other like Oracle, like MS SQL, like Sybase. So different drivers we can connect by this using this JDBC driver API. Now see the overview of JDBC J2E. So basically we have this client server network. So one side we have client and other side we have server. So this mobile phone, you can see here, the mobile phone always access all the data all over the world. The memory of our device, memory of our laptop is very less, but we can find any information from any part of the world because of this client server network, because servers are located remotely in different area, and we are connecting our device, our mobile phone or our laptop with these server, and we collect data from these server. So we are the web client and server which are located in that different places in the remote area called web server, like the server of Google. So lots of servers of Google. Now we can say the group of these server are called cloud. So we are collecting data from the cloud, any type of information. Our mobile phone is a small device, but we are finding we have YouTube, we have Twitter, we have Facebook, we have Google applications. So everything we can share, we can use all the resources in our small device by using this client server network. So one client and one server. So this is called two-tier technology. Message flow in the two-tier. One is the client and another one is the web server. So this is called two-tier technology. Two-tier, you can see the heading, message flows in two-tier client server network. So message or request sent through HTTP and through TCP IP internet network, we send it to the request to the server, and accordingly the bottom arrow you can see here, message or response is received from the web server to the web client, and we are using here TCP IP internet transmission control protocol internet protocol. So by using this TCP IP, we are getting the message, we are getting the response, as well as we are requesting to the server. So this is client server, two-tier client server network. Now J2E technology. In detail you can see the J2E technology. So one side is the client side, another side is the server side. So one is client side, you can see here the hierarchy, where client side is there, component technology is there, service technology is there, and communication technologies are there. So the combination of client side technologies, component technologies, server technologies, and communication technologies. So all these four type of category of services collectively known as J2E. So the component, now see the component technologies. So under these component technologies, we have servlet, we have JSP, we have Java Bean, we have EJB for Enterprise Java Bean, and it is divided into Session Bean as well as Entity Bean. So these are two categories, Session Bean as well as Entity Bean are the category of Enterprise Java Bean. So collectively, this servlet, JSP, Java Bean and EJB is called component technology. Now see the service technology. We are discussing about the JDBC. So this JDBC comes under service technology. So the combination of JDBC, Java Transaction API and services, as well as JNDI, Java Naming Directory Interface. So this is also called, the combination of these three is called service technologies. Now the fourth one is called communication technology. Under communication technology, we have internet protocol as well as other protocol. So under internet protocol, we have HTTP, TCP IP. You can see in the previous diagram, this TCP IP is used for the communication between client and server. So here this TCP IP, HTTP also is there, SS secure socket layer also called. So this is also part of this internet protocol. So these three protocol, HTTP, TCP IP and SSL are internet protocol, and other protocol, many other protocol we can use like RMI, remote method invocation, Java messaging services, Java mail, etc., etc. we can use under this communication technology. So combination of all these technologies, and now the recent time we have more technology than these technology, these bunch of technology, we have more than these bunch of technology. So it is called J2E technology. So we are in the era of this J2E technology, where we have lots of technology, and collectively these technologies develop any software, and it has number of features, and we can benefited by these features. Suppose we require this Java messaging services. So we have to message from our software. We can include the message module. So we will have this messaging technology JMS. We will have this RMI technology, SSL, TCP/IP for the connectivity, Java mailing, Java mail for the mail services. So we have bunch of these services, and these collectively these services are called J2E. So broadly it is divided into component technology, service technology, and communication technology. And client side we have also we have many technologies. We can use JavaScript here, we can use HTML5, HTML and HTML5. We can use front page is the tool by which we can apply them. And we will have many other technologies which can be used in the client side also. So 2-tier to n-tier module. The 2-tier model is also known as client server model, where the server can be something other than the database. So database, we are not talking about the database. In this system you can see one is web server and another one is the web client. So these are two, one is client and another one is the server. And server, maybe server having database. We are not separate database in this 2-tier technology, but suppose we have separate database server. So then we require 3-tier technology. We have to go towards the 3-tier technology. So 2-tier model, also known as the client server model, where server can be something other than the database, means database server is not here. So because it has only 2-tier model, and suppose we have database also another server, then we will call it 3-tier model. So we have to connect database also, then collectively it will be called the 3-tier model. Here the entire application is generally run on the client machine. So basically when we do any programming, we do any surfing, so the complete process or complete thing is running on the client machine, and through client machine we can execute, we can process the server also. So this is the beauty of this entire technology and this web technology. Now see this this expanded diagram. The previous diagram where we have two technology, one is the client, web client, and another one is the web server. But here we have expanded along with this web server, we have database server is also. So you can see here there are 3 servers. One is the web server, another one is the catalog server, and another one is order fulfilling and payment processing server, payment processing system. So for payment processing we have separate server. For catalog and database management software will run on the different server, and this is called again the combination of these two is the web server. So through web server our catalog server is connected, and as well as this web server our order fulfilling and payment processing server is also connected. So this is the case of sales side. Suppose just like for example Amazon is a sales site, Flipkart is a sales site. So web client are the we customer are the web client, and we send the request through TCP/IP to the web server tier 2. Tier 1 is the web client and tier 2 is the web server, and tier 3 also there. You can see here tier 1 is mentioned, tier 2 is mentioned, and tier 3 is mentioned. So we send the request to the web server, and web server send the request, the same request to the catalog server, and under catalog server we find our item. Suppose we are finding, we are searching some specific kind of sweater or a specific kind of printer we require. So we send it to the catalog database, and here from the catalog database it will display all the catalog of the printer and display all the different type of printer, and we select that printer. So this is called catalog database, and database management software is there also. So it respond accordingly. Suppose we have selected a printer which we require, so the 4th number it will send back the response to the web server, and web server again after selecting that printer, the web server again send it to the request to the order fulfilling and payment processing system. So here this separate server will fulfill the order as well as it will process the also same time it will process the payment. So this is the step 5 and 6. By these 5 and 6 we are fulfill the order as well as we will send the order to the Amazon or Flipkart, whatever the company is there. So we will send the request, automatically send the request, and it will goes to there, and the process of payment will happen here by this server. So this will manage the payment processing process, and then finally our item will be purchased, and accordingly it will respond, the request will be responded, and client will get the confirmation message from these two server accordingly, means server this order fulfilling server. So this is the 3-tier technology. 3-tier means one tier is the client, another tier is the web server, and the another one is the 3rd tier, that is the database. And database may be catalog database, and it may be the order fulfilling and payment processing system also be there in tier 3. So it is called 3-tier. N-tier means we have, suppose we have lots of databases, so layer by layer we are connecting with the database, so that is called N-tier technology. So the definition of this 3-tier technology, you can see here the 3-tier architecture, one which has a client tier, a middle tier, and database tier. So see in the previous diagram, this middle tier is web server, tier 2 is the middle tier, and the first tier, that is web client, and the last tier, that is order fulfilling and payment processing system, or catalog database, catalog database and database management software is there. So the database tier, you can see here, database tier manage all the database, and middle tier contains the most of logic and communicate between the other tier. So this is middle tier, this web server is a middle tier. So it works as an interface between the web client as well as the database server, this catalog database, and as well as this order fulfilling server. So this is working as an interface, this middle tier, tier 2, that is web server. So this is middle tier. The middle tier contains the most of the logic and communicate between the other tier, and third one is the client tier, is the interface between the user and system. Client tier is the interface between user and system. So everything is happening on this web client. So all the process we are doing on this web client, and because we don't have this web server, suppose we are googling, we are finding, we are searching something from Google. So Google server is not in our control, directly in our control. So we are writing, we are searching a phrase, and this will send, this request is goes to this Google server, and Google server accordingly process and accordingly respond us. So we are remotely from our laptop or from our mobile device, remotely we are using that Google server. So everything is happening from our device. We are not accessing this directly, we cannot access that Google server. Indirectly, remotely or virtually we access that Google server. So we have only this web client, we have only this tier 1 where we can do anything, we can process anything. And see the last paragraph, that is definition. An N-tier technology is one which has N tiers, usually including database tier, client tier, and N-2 tier in between. So this is N-tier technology, and the previous one is the 3-tier technology, and before that we have discussed about the 2-tier technologies. Again you can see this diagram here also. So here web server, EJB tier also we have included, one more tier we have included here. So the first one, the client side. So in client side we use basically browser. Through browser we connect with the database, with the server, and browser may be this Internet Explorer, browser may be Google Chrome, browser may be any other Netscape Navigator. So these are the browser, and we can use pure HTML as well as Java applet as well as JavaScript. Today we have very popular tool like Node.js, AngularJS. So we can use these tools in the client side, and desktop Java application we can also use, and other devices like J2E client. This is J2E client, and then we connect. You can see the double-sided arrow, that is connection and interfacing between the server side representation. Here web server uses the JSP, Java Server Pages, ASP, active server pages. In case of the Microsoft it is active server, ASP. In case of Java it is JSP, Java Server Page. Java Servlet, Java Server Pages or Java Servlet, both are equally same. JSP is easier than Java Servlet. Java Servlet is a completely Java program, on server side program. However, the JSP is also Java program, but the lighter and the easy function syntax can be used over there in JSP. And J2E, this is called J2E platform. And third one, server side business logic. Suppose we have very sensitive information, so we require EJB, Enterprise Java Bean. So Enterprise Java Bean will cover the data and will provide the security to the data. So here EJB, there are two types of Enterprise Java Bean, Session Bean and Entity Bean. So we can use these two type of bean also. So from collecting the data, the last layer, last tier, that is called Enterprise Information System. So through this Enterprise Information System means the database it is representing, it is saying about the database. So from database we are collecting the data and it goes to the EJB make it secure, and then through JSP and Java Servlet and other Java tool we are providing this data to the client side. And client side we have HTML, we have Java applet, we have JS, JavaScript, AngularJS, Node.js. So many more technologies are there in client side presentation. So this is the entire J2E architecture. Again, see this architecture. Browser means HTML and applet and JavaScript are client side. On web server, that is the another tier where we can use servlet and JSP. Then for the providing security, one more tier we are using here, EJB server or EJB tier. So this is Session Bean and Entity Bean. By using these Java Beans technology, we can make secure, we can make secure our data which is fetched from the database. So this is again a block diagram of this J2E application model. So same, the diagram is different. So this is again a representation of the J2E application model. So in the previous lecture we have discussed about these 5 steps for the making the connection, establishing a connection, creating JDBC statement, execute SQL statement, get result set and close connection. So these are the 5 steps. Now see this example. Suppose we have this student table, and in this student table we have 3 fields: SSN, student, student security number, and the name and the marks. So these are three field, 3 column: SSN, name and marks. So SSN having the first column, name is the second column, marks is the third column, and we have 2 row, 2 record here in this student table. Now we have to fetch this student, we have to fetch the record from this table. So we how to write the program. So see this program, we can write here string query student select asterisk from the student. So this is the query student is a variable, and this string variable having this query select asterisk from table, and result set. So the first step that is loading driver manager. This is the class.forName sun.jdbc.odbc.jdbc driver. So by using this statement we are loading the driver. And the second one, connection con equals to driver manager dot get connection. So JDBC colon odbc colon main is a destination name. So under this JDBC ODBC, main is a DSN name. So we are obtaining the connection by this second line, driver manager dot get connection, and the third line, that is statement st equals to con dot create statement. So this is, by this line we are creating the blank statement st equals to con. St is a reference of this create statement. So here see this statement, this query is here. So we have mentioned a new query statement. This is query statement. Query student is a new variable, and under this variable we have written this select asterisk from student. So this query is written here, and result set rs equals to statement dot execute query, and this select asterisk from student, which is stored in the query student. So query student variable. So we have mentioned here as a argument query student as a argument. So result set rs equals to statement dot execute query. So this is the fourth line, result set rs equals to st dot execute query select asterisk from student. So we have mentioned here directly query is written here, but in this slide you can see we have mentioned one more variable, and we have stored this query, and this query is passed as a argument. And now same thing is written here. And while rs dot next, by using this statement while rs dot, we are using here while loop, and while rs dot next we are locating in the first line of the table, and then you can see here rs dot get integer means SSN is a integer type. See the table, SSN is a integer, name is a string, and marks again integer. So we are writing here SSN get integer SSN. So SSN, the first column SSN as a integer we are getting here, and we are storing it into the another variable integer SSN. So we have mentioned one more variable, we have defined one more variable SSN. We have returned by this get integer function this SSN and stored it into SSN variable. This SSN is in small letter, while the capital SSN is the variable of the table. rs dot get string name, the second field, second column, that the name we are fetching here, and this name will be stored in the name variable. And third one is again integer. See, this is third one is again integer. This 90 value, 90 marks of the Rakesh, this 90 will be stored on the rs dot get integer marks by this statement, by this function get integer function. We will return the value of marks, and it will be stored on marks variable. So now we have three variable SSN, name, and marks in a small letter. So the value which we have collected from this we have returned from by these three functions of first line of this result set. rs is a reference of this result set. From the rs we have stored it into the variable, and these variable value can be processed in Java program. So this is again the database connectivity program. Now see the another one, executing the SQL statement. This is another one, string create statement, create table student. So we can write here this create statement also. These are the DDL statement, data definition language of Oracle. So suppose we have to write this create query, so we will use execute update. In the previous one we are writing here execute query. It is written in bold character, execute query. Execute query, in case of the select statement we will use this execute query function, while here in this case when we have create table command, then we will use execute update, create table student, and here SSN is a integer type field, not null, its constant, name varchar 32, and the third is the marks, which is again integer type. So this table is created, and by using this execute update function we will create this table. So directly we can create table from the Java. This is table, you can see here this is table, and this table directly created from the Java. We don't go to Oracle or SQL and we will create the table. Directly we can create the table from the Java by these two statements. And see the bottom part of this slide, string insert student. So this is insert student is a variable. So insert into student table values. So these are the three values. So first value is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is SSN, and second one is the ABC, name of student, and third one is the marks, 100 marks of the student. So these three value will be stored on the table. So statement, again we will write statement dot execute update insert student. So execute update will be used for create table as well as for the insert command. So for DDL statement we will use execute update, and for DML statement like select testing from table name, so we will use this execute query. So this is the difference between execute query and execute update. So executing the SQL statement. So this is the program, and now prepared statement. Prepared statement, we can also use the prepared statement. Prepared statement is a method and interface. It is used to insert optional or user input values in the database. In the result set query, we can only select the values, but from the prepared statement, we can do everything, insert, update, everything we can do by using this prepared statement. So this is another example. So see the class test prepared and public static void main throws exception. Suppose any error is there, then it will automatically throw the exception. So try block is there, class dot for name Oracle, we are connecting with the Oracle, oracle.jdbc.driver.oracle driver. Then connection C equals to driver manager dot get connection. So this is the connection string, JDBC :Oracle :thin @localhost, means same computer we are connecting as a server. 1521 is the port number and XE is the DSN name. System is a username, Oracle is a password. Prepared statement PST equals to C dot prepared statement insert into, directly we are writing here insert command. So insert into table name ABC values question mark means it will take the value from the user. So in the previous slide you can see here, this insert statement can be executed by the statement dot execute update, and the same thing by using this prepared statement also. So here we can use, so we have two option, one is execute update or another one is the prepared statement. So here see the PST dot get string 1 Amit, in place of 1 we are storing Amit, and in place of 2 we are storing 192, and so this way we can store two values. In the first question mark we are storing Amit, in the second question mark see insert into ABC values question mark. So the first question mark 1 comma Amit, you can see as PST dot set string, in one place we are storing Amit, and PST dot set integer, in two place we are storing 192. And the next line integer I equals to PST dot execute update, here see the execute update. So see this slide execute update, in case of create and insert we are using execute update. So here again we are writing execute update in case of insert as well as create. And finally system.out.println success will be displayed, everything will happen, then finally it will display the message success. C.close, and after this try we have catch exception E, system.out.println E will display automatically the error message if any error will occur. So this is the table, and this is one more program. Metadata means data about the data. So suppose we have to find the overall information of any table, then we will use this metadata. So result set metadata is a class. By using this class we can find the overall detail of the table. Result set metadata MD equals to RS dot metadata. So by this metadata MD dot get column count, so we can find the number of column of the table like number of row. Get row count, we can also find the number of row. In place of this MD dot get row count we can also write here So this type of information about the overall information of the table we can find by this metadata. So you can see here one for loop, one while loop. By using this for loop, we can run the loop up to the n column, number of column, and automatically it will display the name of column, get column name by the first loop, and by the second loop it will display the values of column. rs.getString, the first column value and the second column value. So this metadata, this is another class. By using this class we can find the overall detail, and two more slides are there. One is the callable statement in JDBC. So callable statement in JDBC is the interface of the prepared statement, sub interface of the prepared statement, and this callable statement in JDBC has all the benefits of the prepared statement, means all the benefit of prepared statement under this callable statement. So this is the part of this prepared statement, and also it has one or more additional features, that is we can call the procedure or function of the database. So we can use procedure or function directly in this JDBC program. So how it happens, you can see in these two slides. So callable statement, see stmt connection dot prepared call SQL command we can write here, and the same statement is the second statement, that is callable statement as c stmt equals to connection dot prepared call procedure. So if we can write here procedure, we can write SQL statement as well as we can write procedure also here. So directly we can execute the procedure. So in Oracle, you know the what is procedure. Procedure is a group of statement in one file, that is called procedure, or if we execute that procedure at one time, then we require callable statement. So connection dot prepared call procedure, and in case of procedure we must have to write the argument. So here in next slide you can see this is the procedure. So see MySQL, in MySQL how to create the procedure, you can see here create procedure square. Suppose we have to create this square procedure. So we will pass two arguments, a and b, a integer and out b integer. So a and b are two integer, and a is a input and b is a output. So the next statement, that is begin, set b equals to a into a. So because b is a output and a is a input, so a we will pass the value and b we will the return value. So b equals to a into a. So then it will end, and finally it will display the multiplication of a and a, means square of a. So we will use this one like this statement, like this statement here. The callable statement c stmt connection dot prepared call. So we will pass argument here. We will write the call procedure name. We will write the procedure name is a square. So we will write here square, and we will write here argument a and b, and the value of a will be, already we will fix the value of a, and b it will be returned. So call is a syntax, call is a keyword. By using this call we will execute the procedure. So finally this procedure is also part of this lecture, creating procedure in MySQL. So thank you learner, thank you very much. The learning outcome of this lecture is basic understanding about the Java database connectivity, design, overview of J2E, and how message flows in two-tier client server network. Learner will be able to know the practical implementation of the three-tier and entire architecture, get result set, prepared, and callable statement we have also discussed in lecture. So student will be able to understand this prepared and callable statement. So thank you learner, thank you once again.